Hello everyone, it's Shane Kanto, your Wasteland reviewer, and I'm here to review the new Sony Animation and Netflix original, Agent Elvis. And this focuses on Elvis Presley, who turns out to be a spy and working for this clandestine organization and winds up going on all these crazy missions, a la like Archer type over-the-top violence, kind of stylized in the same way. It's obviously channeling the same kind of 60s spy style. And this particular series has some interesting ideas and dealing with a lot of actual historical figures, throwing these strange like conspiracy theory twists on a bunch of them, and how so many of them are connected to the spy world. You have like Robert Goulet, them trying to steal something from Richard Nixon. You have Timothy Leary and all these other famous figures that pop up in this series. At the core of it, it's violent. It is pretty darn funny. Not all the humor lands. It's really going for like this raunchy, violent, gory kind of approach to humor. And it knows its style, it knows its tone, and leans heavily into it. I wouldn't say it's quite as fun and the characters aren't as engaging as something like Archer, but it does kind of check some of the similar boxes. You have Matthew McConaughey as Elvis, who's not really trying to do any kind of Elvis, presentation. It's just like Matthew McConaughey being cool Matthew McConaughey, and it works. If you're not going and expecting this to actually sound like Elvis in any way, shape, or form. Caitlin Olsen is this wild card female spy that's paired up with Elvis a lot of the time. She's a lot of fun. You can tell Olsen's having fun. You have people like Bobby Ray, played by Johnny Knoxville, who's kind of just there for like the dumb humor of it all. And he's just like kind of there as a supporting character. Tom Kenny having a lot of fun as Scatter, this chimpanzee who is a little demented, stuff like that. And it's interesting. You also have like Niecy Nash, who her supporting character is a lot of fun. And Don Cheadle as the commander is just going hard in this series and is such a despicable a-hole. But he's so much fun to watch on screen, and that dynamic of the commander and Elvis and the rest of these spies, there's a lot of twists and turns along the way, and there's some sizably shocking moments that happen, especially towards the end of the season when you really start getting the big picture, and those kinds of things work. One of the most fun things is picking up on all of the like cameos of the likes of Jason Mantzoukas, who plays Howard Hughes, Ed Helms as Robert Goulet, Chris Elliott as Timothy Leary, Christina Hendricks is in this, D. Bradley Baker, Kieran Culkin, Fred Armisen, Gary Cole, George Clinton, playing himself, Simon Pegg, just the list goes on and on, Craig Robinson. There's just so many talented people here, and it's like fun little Easter eggs trying to pick up on like, who is that voice? And this is a crazy, ridiculous thrill ride of a show that takes the violence and ups it, takes the historical inaccuracies and spins all kinds of conspiracies with it. It's a crazy fun time. And if like you like Archer and you appreciate that like an adult action animated kind of show, this hits a lot of those boxes. It checks a lot of those boxes, and it's worth a watch. But those are my thoughts on Agent Elvis. Let me know what you think, and let's talk some TV. But thank you as always for tuning in and supporting your Wasteland reviewer.